I'm not here to play games and throw out fake that I fed you. I'm talking real shit. Are you beating your wife?
Mm-hmm.
You've been engaged since 2015. Y'all not married yet?
It's the third verse.
Okay, but why is what Drake is saying the truth?
I heard
Kendrick
that might be Dave Freeze Kid. I heard it might be.
We are back at it again. You see my friend is Hayes Soundwaves, what they call me. Let's get straight into it. I had to go back thinking about this year in hip hop, which has been a very insane, crazy one that got a hip hop artist to perform at the Super Bowl. That's how major hip hop was for 2024. And I had to go back to one particular person in Maul. I wanted to be reminded what his thoughts were on Drake versus Kendrick. And let me tell you, it's very nasty work. With that being said, let's go.
I'm still waiting on your opinion for Family Matters to that move.
Listen, fuck that. Drake is smashing this nigga, man. He's punishing this nigga. He's out rapping this nigga. It's not even close. The music is way better. The visual is way better. He gave you everything. He gave you the long-winded talking. Let's talk about the bars, music. Let's get to that.
Yeah.
Who's putting out the better music?
Kendrick.
I don't care who's putting out more music. Who's putting out the better music?
Okay, you could say Not Like Us is the best song that came out this shit. So who has the best music?
You can say all of this shit is the best song, but we know at the end of the day, with the best music, the best rapping, that second verse on Family Matters,
Third verse.
20v1.
Third verse.
No. Fuck the third verse. We know what that is. I'm talking about the second one, where he's talking to everybody.
Okay.
Nigga said he couldn't say nigga. He might have said it 616 times in that verse.
Oh, I saw what you did.
Smashing all of y'all. That beat, that flow, what he's saying, smashing you. I'm not here to play games and throw out fake shit that I fed you. I'm talking real shit. Are you beating your wife?
Mm-hmm.
This is where I knew Maul was friends with Drake. Ain't nothing wrong being friends with an artist. There's nothing wrong with defending your friend. Okay, I'm not even mad at that. At least, well, I don't think he's upfront that he's biased. He tried to play it off as he's unbiased, but he's biased. I think that's also why people are annoyed. But this is where I said, "Oh, Maul ain't that dirty. Like Maul ain't that much of a Drake lover. Like there's no way. There's no way. When he did this, I said, damn, homie. Back in the day, you was the man, homie." Let's get to it, bro. This is nasty work, bro.
That beat, that flow, what he's saying, smashing you. I'm not here to play games and throw out fake shit that I fed you. I'm talking real shit. Are you beating your wife?
Mm-hmm.
You've been engaged since 2015. Y'all not married yet?
It's the third verse.
Okay, but why is what Drake is saying the truth?
I heard
Kendrick
that might be Dave Freeze Kid. I heard it might be. I'm not saying it. I'm leaving room to be wrong.
He doubled down on it on part six of saying that is.
I'm still leaving room to be wrong. I could be wrong. But it's something funny there.
Because he likes a photo of Kendrick's wife and their kids?
It's more than that. Why are you not following?
This is what bothers me, because it's not about Kendrick. You're literally calling Kendrick's wife unfaithful. This is such a Drake thing. And this is why, for the longest time, I'm like, Drake doesn't like women. He tolerates them. He has babies with them, but he doesn't like women. To automatically go to your wife is unfaithful by saying your best man is getting with your wife, like, come on, man. Like, what kind of, like, what is that? Like, what is that? And the fact that he's perpetuating this and being like, oh, there's something there. What is there? Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, I can't believe Maul went to stoop this low, bro. I can't believe it. I know it's hip hop. I know we're going to get into what Kendrick said as well, but I just can't believe he stooped this low to really perpetuate. Like, I can't believe it, bro. It's crazy.
Your fiance.
Why does that matter? I don't see. I'm not doing that.
Niggas come
the same reason y'all picking apart dumb shit that Kendrick is saying. I'm just throwing shit out there.
Maul, I went into this. We know rap beefs are filled with lies and cap. Like the whole car seat and the condom. I fucked your bitch. You found my. Like, I get it. I'm just assuming everything is either the truth or a lie. That's where I try to look at it. I'm not trying to pick apart what Drake said, right? Is what Kendrick said, right? I'm just blanket statement. Let's say everything Kendrick said is true and everything Drake said is true. Mm-hmm. Who won? And I think a lot of this, the meat of this beef comes to how well Kendrick executed Meet the Grams on what was Drake's nuke. He neutralized his nuke.
It's fake information that he fed this dude. I fed you that and you fell for it. To me, that's a win. If I feed you some fake shit and you run to the booth and you write some shit down.
But how you know it's fake, though? One, and two, the Meet the Grams record is such a battle rap type record. Like, that's why it disappoints me that a lot of people in battle rap did not support Kendrick during this whole entire situation. Because Kendrick was way more of a battle rapper in this situation than Drake was, even though Drake is supposed to be of the culture once again. Once again, he's of the culture, not in the culture. But, excuse me, it's like the way Kendrick talked to every person in Drake's circle, from his mom, dad, his kid, his future kid. Like, that was so diabolical. And it was so creative. And he was able to talk about Drake's character. And that's the thing that pisses me off. It's like they take songs like Not Like Us, Family Matters, and they dwindle it down to one bar. It's like, no, Not Like Us is way more than just A minor. Like, it's about when he said you gotta go to Atlanta, like you gotta go to Atlanta to get your weight. Like, oh my God, like it annoys me. Hip hop commentating, hip hop media like today just sucks.
You make a record, I'm laughing at you like, look at this idiot. He don't even.
In theory, yeah, that should be it. But nobody cared. That's what I'm trying to say with Kendrick's strategy.
Nobody cared. But if Kendrick
I'm not saying I don't care.
If Kendrick fed Drake some fake shit and Drake made a record for it, everybody would be laughing at Drake. Look at this idiot.
I particularly don't really believe Drake when he said he fed him all this fake information. That's where I'm at.
So you thought they found that in Drake's dad's suitcase? You thought that
oh, I'm not even, fuck the artwork. I'm not even worried about the artwork. I don't care about the artwork.
Let's actually discuss that part.
You thought Drake had an 11-year-old daughter?
No, bro. We convince people. No.
See, it's niggas like this that I can't. You think the biggest artist think the biggest artist in the world, after going through what he went through, in his battle with Pusha, you think that he would have had a kid older than that kid and we would have never known about it until Kendrick?
Well, he would have been hiding that one already before it died.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I believe it. I don't believe
what
it.
Are we
but
talking about?
I think, yes, one of the biggest artists to ever live with access to every woman on earth may have a couple other kids. I don't think that's the craziest fucking thing to think.
Bro,
I would be surprised if you got a kid.
After already going through a paternity thing, after going through a paternity thing, you think that, it's one that's older than this kid.
Yeah.
By the way, I think Damaris and Julian legit saved this podcast for me. I rock with Rory and Mal, don't get me wrong. But if it wasn't for Damaris and Julian, I don't know if I can still listen to this podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there's times when Rory can really get into his bag and like he can really, but during this whole situation, he started to get back to, I don't know. It started to get a little weird for me, especially once Drake sued UMG. But again, it's like we're all going based off opinion. So why are we acting like our opinions are facts? We're all going off opinions because we don't know. So I don't know why Maul's even getting emotional about. Like they said, we're going off of what we believe, perception. That's all this is. This is all what hip hop beef is, battle rap is. It's all perception. How you view someone is how you're going to interpret certain bars and certain angles that's going to be taken in a battle. That's all it is. Like, I don't know why Maul is so butthurt about this. Like, I don't.
Maybe he didn't know.
Stop it, man.
Also, not saying it's true.
By the way,
but it's plausible.
And let's go back to that artwork thing. This is where I'm kind of on some of the side of people saying Drake might be lying in this whole thing. Is Kendrick Lamar that fucking dumb that somebody's gonna hand him, I found Dennis Graham's suitcase with Drake's medication in it?
He said it.
Come on.
He said it was a mole in his camp. Kendrick said that on the first record. It's a mole in your camp. It's a mole in your camp. Somebody right next to you. Somebody's right next to you. Yeah, they feed. So he thought he had it in. He thought somebody was really feeding him shit from his camp. He fell for it. And he took the banana in the tailpipe.
Okay, so where's the proof that it's not, that none of this is real? Where's the proof? You keep saying, where's the proof for this? Where's the proof for that? Where's the proof that none of this is real?
You think you think Drake has an 11-year-old daughter?
That's not what I asked. Where's the proof?
It don't matter what I think.
I'm asking you.
It doesn't matter. No, but it doesn't matter what I think.
So what
I'm
proof do you
saying
need of that?
is, where is the proof? This mad shit I think ain't true. That's turned out to be true. What I'm asking is, where is the proof that that's not Drake's medication? Where is the proof? Where's the proof for these things? You're asking for proof. Why does Kendrick have to prove shit and Drake don't? Why?
I didn't say Kendrick had to prove anything. I'm just saying, let's just be smart here. As soon as I heard that ball, I'm like, oh man, somebody fed this nigga. I didn't know it was Drake that fed him the bullshit. That to me was more genius. Like, oh, you sent that info to him? That's genius shit when it comes to battling. Like, look, I know he.
God, man, like, I don't know. It's the fact that Maul takes everything that Drake says as law. It's like I just don't get it. The fact that he's like, oh yeah, I heard you're beating your wife. What? Talk about that. I heard that Dave Free is. Like, he's taking everything that Drake's saying as law. Again, I was shocked. Like, I was legit shocked how hard body, like, he is. I just don't, like, I understand that being your man's, I understand that being your people, but, like, damn, did a nigga bail you out of jail? Did a nigga save you from a burning building? Like, what is this cape you got on for this man? Like, I just can't understand being this much of this much of a fan, like this much of a. Like, I just can't understand. Like, did this nigga? Like, I don't understand. This nigga get you? Like, I just don't. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
Pushed you to find something. Let's send a mole at him and let him take this information and then make a record about it and think he got one up on me.
That's believable to me. That somebody that probably is cool with Kendrick and Drake,
it's possible,
could go and say, yo, he also has another kid. Just let you know.
Yeah,
and Kendrick running with that. This is where the artwork makes me think both sides are fucking lying. Because I don't think there's a world where Kendrick Lamar is approached with a suitcase of Dennis Grahams that has Drake's medication in it, a Maybach glove. Like,
yeah, see, why you don't think that's believable? If he think he got a mole, from that side.
When he buys Tupac's ring, they give him a CVS receipt. You think Kendrick Lamar thinks that?
Bro, if he thinks this is Drake's dad's suitcase, he's gonna believe anything that's in there. That's what you're not understanding. There's a reason he made this. You think he made this the artwork? You think this is the artwork because he didn't believe it?
I also think there's a world where, look, these guys are businessmen. They're creatives. You can just fake what do you need? A fucking $20 printer and a couple empty pill bottles I think it's the perception that I have all this information on you. I don't think any of this shit's real. I can make a fucking fake receipt right now about some Ozempic pills that you're on. Like, what are we convince people that...
The thing about the whole situation, the whole beef and everything is, it was never about all the allegations. It really was never about the allegations. It was never about none of that. It was about the character of the person. That's what was important to me. The character. When Kendrick kept talking about, when I see you in Sexy Red taking pictures, I think you see two bad bitches. Like, it's a perception and how you don't like women. Like, the perception. Kendrick was saying everything that a lot of us was feeling. Again, how you went to Atlanta to use different rappers to get you some cred, to get your lingo up. Like, it's like there were certain things. Like, you talk about, you're rapping like you're trying to free the slaves. Like, I can't believe Drake said that. Drake said, if any matters, you're rapping like you're trying to free the slaves, nigga? Who would even think to say something like that? Someone who was in the culture but not of the culture. That's where we had our issue of him. That's where the issue is. And he was just able to struggle along for all this time. How? I don't know. Because I remember when Scorpion came out, that wasn't that. But somehow it was number one, and that was like, okay, but you're suing UMG. Got you. But, yeah, it's all about perception and how you perceive the person. It was never about, like, y'all nitpicking every little, like, it's not that serious. It's not that deep, bro.
Genocide is necessary right now. Like, making a fake pill bottle is not the most strategic. Whoa. Anyone can do this.
All right, so back to what matters here. Okay. Back to what matters. Y'all are sitting here telling me that y'all feel like Kendrick is out rapping him, but not because he's putting out more songs. Y'all feel like he's saying better shit. He's making better songs out of this whole situation.
He's making better decisions.
Yeah,
because he decided to step on because he dropped the record right after Drake.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Stepping on that and then coming right back with a record that everyone could dance to. That was He made a pedophile anthem that can play in a party for the rest of the year. And then this is where
so Drake naming. So what about the last record, the Hard Part 6? Drake naming that, taking that record, taking that name, that title that we all know Kendrick was going to probably.
We knew Drake was probably going to do that though, and even if Drake would have took that record and did something crazy with it, I don't know what he could have did. If he would have took that record and did something crazy with it, again, if he would have attacked Kendrick's character and talk about how much Kendrick is like a hypocrite, how you're for peace and all this, but then you go and attack other black men. Like, I'm shocked Drake did not talk about that. Like, there's so many things you can say about Kendrick. Like, there's so many things you can say about him. And like, he didn't psychoanalyze Kendrick the way Kendrick psychoanalyzed Drake, because Kendrick is a introspective, deep thinker. That's where I knew from the beginning Kendrick was going to win. Drake is not that. Drake is too worried about what people feel about him. So anything he writes is within his narcissistic perspective. He can't think outside of himself. So, yeah.
Everybody knew that he was going to do that.
I said that 3 days ago.
Niggas was tweeting that days ago.
And I'm not like, oh my God, you're the insider. It's not. It's just like a lot of this stuff
Kendrick
you can just predict. Like, you can see where this stuff's trending. I think the Hard Part 6 was Drake's first mistake in this beef.
First?
His mistake. Why is that a
biggest mistake? Maybe not his first.
For what?
I don't think this was a good record.
Why not?
I just don't. I'm not really on the sense, and this is a me statement. I don't believe that Drake was this mastermind, puppet master behind doing all these strings and things. I personally do not believe that.
So that's why you think this was a mistake?
So I think I know a lot of people are at the Twitter timelines like, it's waving his white flag, he's putting the sword down. I also don't necessarily believe that. I just don't think this song was effective to what he actually should have done.
I think
you thought Meet the Grams was effective?
It was very much.
Yes, incredibly effective.
I'm not a pedophile.
Just because he stepped on the song,
he stepped on the mall. You've been talking about this nuke for 2 weeks.
Bro, that Meet the Grams record is not dope.
He put a t-shirt on it and put the fire out in 10 seconds.
That Fire Alchemist beat. You don't like that beat?
I don't like that song.
Fuck the beat.
I don't like that song.
The impact of that record destroyed your nuke.
Not Like Us is dope. I like that record.
Yeah,
and I like Euphoria.
Okay,
but that Meet the Gram shit, get the fuck out of
it. It has zero replay value, but its impact greatly put out.
If it has no replay value, has no impact. Don't even put those in the same sentence.
There's a lot of battle records that aren't made for
nobody was playing. This is again. This oh god, I hate that Drake turned hip hop beef into who has the better club banger. Club bangers and hip hop disses are not parallel. Like, that has nothing to do with nothing. It's all about what the record represents. Like, we went from, and really, I think Takeover is kind of the first time. No, because that was Hit 'Em Up. Hit 'Em Up was, never mind. I was going to say never mind. Anyway, it's like, I hate that when Drake did back-to-back and Charged Up and all that, now people are like, well, it can only be a good diss if niggas can dance to it in a club. Like, no, this is the problem, nigga. Like, no, it's about the bars and what you're saying and how you're breaking that down your opponent. Like it's just. And I was like, well, Meet the Grams will have no replay value, so it can't be effective. No, Meet the Grams stepped on Family Matters, literally a half hour in real time, stepped on Family Matters that was supposed to be this nuke, right? With the whole van, which is very smart, by the way. Drake, the one thing I give you is starting the video off with taking the van and crushing it, genius. If he would have just stayed on Kendrick the entire time, instead of attacking Ross and attacking everybody else, I'm like, that's where he made the mistake. If Family Matters would have just been about Kendrick, now I still don't feel like he would have won, but at least you would have had a better standing or a better, you would have been in better, it would have been a better fight for Drake. But the fact that he turned it into 3 different songs and was talking about everybody, it's just like, come on, bro. And then again, you're making fun of Kendrick, even though you didn't listen to the album. You're making fun of him being molested. Well, that was Hard Part 6, actually. That wasn't a Family Matters. But still, it's just like, still stuff like that. It's just like, bro, you're so out of the loop. Out of the loop. But again, yeah, like Family Matters was so diabolical. It doesn't have nobody's gonna replay Family Matters, but the fact that he just was able to break down Drake and his family and basically do a remix of what Pusha did on Story of Adidon and make it even worse, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Name one.
I think most of the Beans and Kiss thing, unless you want to go sit there and go through that nostalgic time, most battle records are like that way. Do you still listen to 300 Bars and Running?
I never listened to that record.
But it's one of, I know you don't think
too much rapping.
It's one of the better ones.
I don't want to hear all that rap.
300.
Pretty much
So you
anything
don't like
back
a lot
and
of
forth.
heavy rapping, is what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't want to hear 300 bars from no nigga. I don't give a fuck who's spitting it. I can't. My brain cannot retain 300
But you think,
bars.
you think
sir.
Super Ugly and Ether have replay value? No, they're just great
Classics.
diss records.
They're moment records.
Ether had replay value at the time. I mean, it's been
At the time.
a bunch of years since that came out, but yeah. A couple years after that record came out, people were still playing Ether.
Okay.
Nobody's playing Meet the Grams.
Also, but let me land that point.
But it crushed his
When you
new-
put out 5 other records and one of them is probably going to be a #1 single, yeah, you can take a mulligan and step on Drake's Nuke with Meet the Grams. Even if it doesn't have replay value, I know you're about to do this Dave Free shit. So I'm going to dissect your entire family life 7 minutes after you drop it to make everyone forget.
That's what was so genius about it, is that you literally called a song Family Matters. I stepped on your record and literally broke down you and your family by talking to your family members. Like, that is the most diabolical thing I've ever seen in a hip-hop beef ever. Meet the Grams is the greatest diss in the history of hip-hop. I don't care what nobody says. Don't talk to me about no Vaseline. Don't talk to me about Hit 'Em Up. Don't talk about, because of the strategy that it took to, again, take a record that you knew was coming out, or you knew had an idea of what Drake was going to say. Even if he fed it to him, it's like, okay, well, you're dumb then, because I'm going to use what you fed to me and use it against you. And so, just the fact that Drake had a song called Family Matters and try to put things out there, and then Kendrick literally came back and was direct and talked only about Drake, and talked to every family member about how they failed Drake as a mother, a father, or how Drake failed his children. Like, oh my God, like that was just genius, bro. That was just genius, dog.
fucking amazing
with fake news
on
though.
one verse.
With fake news.
On one verse. Even if he had left that daughter shit out, it would have still stepped on it.
Yeah.
Anything he said, it could, because of the time, and he just put it out right after. People went from Family Matters to Meet the Grams. Like, okay, we're gonna listen to both of them.
Okay,
And then the following day, putting out a record for all of us to dance to.
Yeah.
Steps on everything that Drake was trying to do. So I'm saying, I'm not here to argue with who rapped better. This is both two elite rappers.
No worry,
With this, I don't think the biggest of Drake fans is going this crazy for Drake. Like, I just, dear Adonis, that's like, damn. Just, golly, I just can't believe it, bro. Like, I know this doesn't represent all Drake fans, bro. I know you got the internet trolls and everything, but the fact that Drake is the Maul is the leader of the Drake fan club, and this is your representative, I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you. But that was the discourse between unbiased, objective hip-hop fans and Drake stans. So I just had to rewatch this because, yeah, this was a moment in time. Yeah, Maul is different, bro. Shout out to him, man. Stand by your man. Hey, he gonna stand by his man. So shout out to him, man. We support LGBTQ plus around here. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. You ain't gotta go home. Do gotta get the step in. Hip hop, hold it down is what we do. Me.